He was the best he is at what he does, and we're going to miss him. Logan is directed by James Mangold and starring Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and Daphne Keane. I don't even know where to begin with this movie. All of my energy and all of my hype is still built up from this movie, and I just went home and wanted to punch everything because of how good this movie was. Alright, so Logan is taken up some years later in the future. It's the year 2029, and Logan and Charles are both old and tired, and they're really just trying to kind of live out their lives in isolation and solitude away from all the pizzazz and hype that was the X-Men. But like all good heroes, your past can't stay hidden forever, and Logan starts to catch up with him. I don't really want to go into too much more than that. You've seen a lot of stuff from the trailers, but me going into more, I think, ruins the weight and impact of the story, so I'd rather leave it at that, just so you all can get a chance to go see it and really experience it for yourselves. I do want to point out, though, that this is a very interesting story. I love Old Man Logan. It's just awesome. It's really freaking cool. It's a different look at Logan at a time when things are just rough for the mutant populace in general. As is the case in this movie and in Old Man Logan, most mutants are pretty much gone, damn near extinct. Logan is old, he's tired, his healing factor is barely keeping up with him, his body is being poisoned by the adamantium that's inside of him. He can't keep up with what he used to do, his body just can't take it. And damn if it doesn't lead to some really, really good, strong scenes. Alright, let me get into the characters a little bit before I get a little too ahead of myself. Of course, we have the ever amazing Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine, Logan, whatever you want to call him, James Howlett, all that good stuff. And by far, this is his best portrayal as Logan, period, as the Wolverine. It is, bar none, the best one he's done so far. Like I said before, Logan is old, he's tired, but his berserker rage and his fury is something to just be unmatched. It really is truly hard to imagine anybody else able to play Wolverine like Hugh Jackman does. I can't see another face besides Hugh Jackman when I think of Wolverine, especially on the big screen, right? So going into this film and knowing that this is Hugh Jackman's last hurrah as Logan, it's really something powerful, and it really lends a weight to what you're watching, which I do kind of want to talk about later. But before we do, let's move on to Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. As I can say the same for Logan being old and battered and kind of worn down, you can say the same for Charles Xavier in this movie. Charles is old, he's far more frail, he's a bit unstable with his powers and he can't really control them, and he has these seizures that really cause him major destruction if left unchecked. And that is what kind of sets up the overall reason for Logan and Charles being out on the border of Mexico just trying to live out their lives. Like Hugh Jackman as Logan, I can't imagine anyone else as Professor Xavier other than Patrick Stewart. Even though James McAvoy is doing a great job in the new films, I just love Patrick Stewart, so I'm just throwing that out there. And knowing that Patrick Stewart has said that this is his last film as Professor Xavier as well, again, it really just adds a certain weight and epicness to this movie that is just not felt in any of the other ones at all, by far. And the surprise hit, most loved character for me out of this movie right now is Daphne Keane as X-23 or Laura. Holy shit balls. Those of us who know the comics very well and know exactly who Laura is as X-23, I'm just going to leave it at that because we already kind of know where this is going. But for the new people who don't know anything about this story, you're in for a treat. I don't know who Daphne Keane is. This girl is amazing. She was vicious, ruthless. I only caught maybe a couple moments where they actually used the CG to kind of help her with some of the action sequences, but I can't tell what was done with that, and that's a testament to how great the visual effects were for this. But every scene she was in, I enjoyed tremendously. She was incredibly fun to watch and just so good. It was really good. All right, I got to talk about the rated R for this because that rating is what made this movie what it needed to be, and it was much appreciated and very much needed, and the best way to do a send-off for this character as well. It's a bit of a taboo in Hollywood to do rated R films because they are considered not guaranteed moneymakers, especially when you're marketing something like a comic book hero to kids. But obviously with the success of Deadpool, of course Fox was going to put that to Wolverine, and it paid off in a spectacular way. That R rating lends to some incredibly brutal scenes throughout the entirety of the movie. They do not let up on it, and it is so good. It is so good. This movie is not for kids. Don't bring your kids. It's not a kids movie. I don't know how many times parents need to hear this, but it's an R-rated movie. Don't bring your kids unless you are 100% sure you've got your kids handled on that. If you feel like they can handle it, great, that's on you. But don't come into this expecting some cheesy comic book superhero movie when it's not. The visuals are enhanced even more when you really see just how far they go with the brutality of Wolverine X-23 and the just in general, just how they handle these effects. Like I said earlier, I couldn't really tell when they were using Daphne Keene as herself or a stunt or CG. There was only a couple times where I actually caught it. It was like, obviously it had to be CG. And there are other moments, but it's like, it blends so well that it looks fantastic. I never for a second was taken out of the experience by that. I don't really have much to say on the sound of the movie. It's done very well. The score is done very well. Nothing felt fake or forced when it came to the music. So that was just kind of in the back of my mind. That just felt great. So kudos there. I really don't have much of any faults with this movie. It's really hard for me to pick anything that's just like really bad or stands out because there really aren't any, at least not in my opinion. If I can say anything bugged me, it was the fact that they were dropping F-bombs just as much as they could. I mean, there was a 30-second sequence and it was maybe 10, 15 times. It was funny, but beyond that, like they were just using them just to use them is what it felt like. So I was like, that could have been a little left out because I felt a little overly used, but whatever. I'm just being picky to be picky. And really quick, just because I don't want to leave him out, I thought Boyd Holbrook as Pierce and Stephen Merchant as Caliban actually held their own as well. Caliban was actually pretty awesome. I liked his character a lot. More so in this than he was in like X-Men Apocalypse. So he was just a little bit more to do. He had a little bit more screen time. So of course it was a little bit more chance to like him. Guys, I really can't say this enough. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to go see it. There is such an emotional weight and anchor to this movie that if you've been, a fan of Hugh Jackman and watching Wolverine throughout these, decade or longer, whatever it's been, you're really going to love this. Like, you're really going to find something to latch onto and enjoy and just love about this movie. I sincerely hate to see them go, both Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, as they, again, both stated that this is their last films as those characters, but you owe it to yourself to go check this out in theaters. There's no reason not to. See this in theaters. I'm buying the Blu-ray 100% when it comes out because I'm going to need the behind-the-scenes stuff on this one and just to support support them in this endeavor, obviously. Okay, I have to say this because if I don't, I'm going to be mad at myself, and I want you all to hear my thoughts on this. Logan is without a doubt the best Fox Marvel movie that they have put out. It is better than Deadpool. It is better than all the other X-Men movies that have come out, Days of Future Past, all that good stuff, by far. This might be in my top 3 Marvel movies. It might be. Like, it's that good for me. Now, I know that's a bold statement, and somebody's probably going to cut my head off for me saying it, but it's that good, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be with me on this one. So yes, that's that, everybody. That is my review of Logan. It is fantastic. I can't say it enough. Just go see it, because again, I'm going to keep losing my mind if I don't tell you. Go see this movie. But I want to thank everybody so much for watching. If you have seen it already, or if you've just got questions or some concerns that you just don't know about and you want to hear me address it, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to talk about it with you. And as always, you can follow me on social media. Links will be in the description. You all are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And you've just been notified. Peace.